Is Tabor pay to win? In this video, I will try to answer that question. I feel like I have to say this every single Tabor video, but do not harass the devs. Do not harass anybody. If you want to leave something mean, just leave it in the comments. Let's keep it right here. We gotta remember that this is a niche indie VR game, and having drama about this game, or harassing people who have any, makings in this game, is just lame. You're just lame if you do that. But with all that out of the way, first we need to ask, what is the definition of pay to win? The Cambridge Dictionary provides it as in computer games involving or relating the practice of paying to get weapons, abilities, etc. that give you an advantage over players who do not spend money. If you have a different definition of pay to win, leave it down in the comments. I'll make sure to respond. Only if you're respectful. I do not want hate comments. I'm not going to respond to hate comments. But with the Cambridge Dictionary's version of pay to win, which I think is pretty spot on, we can see that the Nuclear Knight, Founding Fathers, and actually all of the editions are pay to win. Like, the Nuclear Knight edition gives you 5 times the amount of money that you start with normally, tons more guns, level 2 traders on all of them, and gives you more storage space off the bat. While technically you can grind to get all this stuff, and most of it's not even all that difficult, other than the 500 grand, it is still an advantage off the bat of wipe that you do not need to worry about. I will get into the actual DLCs later, but for right now I'm talking about the additions. Now the additions, that's pay to win. That's just straight up is pay to win. No matter which way you cut it, no matter which way you slice it, that is a paid advantage over people who haven't paid for those additions. Now the real question is, how pay to win is it? Well, these additions, especially the Nuclear Knight, Founding Fathers, and Independence Day, save you time and luck. Not everybody can find AK albums. Not everybody is going to grind to tier 5. But having some of those weapons and having off-the-bat traders, that'll just save you time. So while you technically can get to this point without paying for any DLCs, you do get an advantage if you do pay for them. And while that might not sound that bad, remember, people got pissed over the exact same thing when COD DMZ did this, with the paid bundle for, I think it was like a medium or a large backpack off the bat. Technically, you can just go find one of those or grind to bring in one of those, but the fact is that you could pay $20 to just spawn in with it. Now, I don't think I have to tell you why that's wrong. Paying money to get an advantage in a game where loot is so important, just to be able to get the loot off the bat, or not a massive advantage, but an advantage nonetheless, off the bat at the start of wipe, is pay to win. It just is. Now on to the Founding Fathers and Independence Day edition. Now the Founding Fathers and Independence Day editions give you all of the previous editions, like the Nuclear Knight, the Care Package, and all those editions, plus every future DLC that gets added, i.e. the Uwu DLC and the John Wick DLC, as of right now, but more will be added. Tabor has pretty good things to prevent these DLCs from being pay to win, like having to level up your traders to buy certain weapons that are in the packs, and giving the skins in the Uwu DLC, and sometimes with the John Wick DLC, I'll get more into that, the same stats as the guns as their counterparts. My only problem with this is that you get all of the guns off the bat as soon as you start wipe. So while the people who haven't bought the DLCs get their normal amount of stuff, people who have bought the DLCs get the John Wick FPX, the shotgun, 2 pistols, and the people who bought the Uwu DLC also get that Uwu Atlan, which is a tier 5 helmet with the face mask. And that's just also another advantage at the start of wipe. That's more weapons and gear that you're getting that people who haven't paid don't get. And this will only get more pay to win as more DLCs get added. See, as soon as the Clintwood DLC, or Cliffwood, I don't know, the Cowboy DLC gets added, people who bought the other editions will continue to get more and more weapons off spawn. Now, they can't not give more DLCs to them because that's what they paid for, but adding more makes the additions more and more pay to win. So there's kind of this dilemma here. My solution is just to remove getting all of the DLC weapons off the start. That is the only fix I can really think of, because other than that, you're getting loot off the start of wipe that other people haven't, and it's not that necessary. Now to the John Wick DLC and the Clintwood DLC, or whatever, the Cowboy DLC. These DLCs will give you special weapons, unlike the Uwu DLC, which is just skins. These will give you unique weapons that are new to the game. I personally hate this. I hate that the idea that you can pay money to get weapons that other people who haven't paid the money just have restricted access to. They just straight up cannot get it unless they kill you once you have it. That's just wrong. Every weapon should be viable and accessible by everybody. And some of these weapons are actually better than their counterparts. I know I said that they had the same stats before, but with the John Wick 2011 and the John Wick Glock, I think, but I'm going to stick to the 2011, that's the only one I'm fully sure on, the magazines are just bigger. They have more magazine space than their counterparts. And especially with the 2011, you also get that bottom rail that you don't normally get with the normal 1911. So these guns are just better, that you cannot get without buying the DLC. Again, this is a problem, because having better guns that only certain people can get if they pay you actual money is pay to win. And for my final point, and this one's going to be the most controversial, again, do not hate the devs, is the Independence Day Edition. The Independence Day Edition got added and had the same thing as the Founding Fathers Day Edition. Every single DLC afterwards, plus Patch on Your Arm, and all of the old DLCs. The problem I had with this the most is that it was limited time. It was like a 30-day time limit, and then you cannot buy it anymore. And they kept pushing that, oh, you have this many days left to buy it. To me, this comes off as, especially to the younger audience that plays Tabor, sadly, it's mostly children, the younger audience that plays Tabor, as FOMO. It's the same idea that battle passes have, or like Clash of Clans, where they're like, oh, this pack is only in here for 2 days or 3 hours. You gotta buy it while you can. And it's to rush people into paying for it without really thinking if they really want it or not. Now, I didn't pay for the Independence Day Edition, as it seems like a waste of money, as it's more expensive than the actual game, and it only gives you DLCs and all that. I still have the Independence Day Edition. I won it in a giveaway, but yeah, I didn't buy it. I thought it was really, really scummy, and I don't see why they had to put that time limit on it. Now, finally, do I think this is the biggest issue in Tabor? Not even close, not even remotely. Bugs and content, or not content, just mostly bugs and optimization are my biggest issues so far. But this issue will just keep getting worse and worse as more DLCs get added. So fixing it while we're here, or at least bringing up a discussion about it, is, I think, the least we can do. That's about all I have to say on the pay-to-win subject, but is anybody noticing that the resolution on Quest is much, much lower? Or is that just me? It might just be me. But I haven't seen anybody else say anything about it, so I think I'm going crazy. So if you have information on that, if it's happening to you, or if it's just something that's wrong with my headset, or I need to mess with a setting, please let me know in the comments. I can't find a solution anywhere. And that's about all I have to say. Hope you have a good day. Hope everybody has a good day, and that's it. See ya.